Squiz Kids acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we podcast, the Turrbal and Kombumerri people.
Squiz Kids! It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello and welcome to Squiz Kids Today, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you. I'm Bryce Corbett. It's Thursday, June 12. In Squiz Kids Today, World Cup, here we come. BTS released from the army, electric vehicles in the spotlight, and the zebra that ran away. That's what's making news, kids style.
The Lowdown.
With the whack of a perfectly weighted left boot and the thwack of a perfectly timed header, Australia's Socceroos booked themselves a place in the World Cup finals early yesterday morning, reigniting the country's excitement for the round ball sport. Did you know that more Aussie kids play soccer than any other ball sport in the country? Yep, more than AFL, more than netball, more than rugby league. And at around about dawn yesterday morning, lovers of soccer, or football as it's called in the rest of the world, had plenty to get excited about as our Socceroos secured their spot in the next FIFA World Cup by beating Saudi Arabia 2-1. It was a nail-biting start for the Aussies, going down 1-0 early in the first half, but a brilliant left foot kick into the back of the net by Connor Metcalfe evened up the score, made all the sweeter by the fact that it was Connor's first ever goal for Australia. Woohoo! All it took then was a little bit of magic from Mitch Duke's head, deflecting a corner expertly into the goal that lifted the Socceroos to a 2-1 final score, and a date with the World Cup finals. But don't sit yourself in front of the telly in your green and gold scarf just yet. The World Cup, which will take place in the United States, Mexico and Canada, won't be until this time next year. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Spin the globe.
Each day we give the world globe a spin and find a news story from wherever it stops. And today we've landed in South Korea, where two members of the pop group BTS have been discharged from the army and already are hinting at a reunion. It's been a while since BTS have been on the pop charts, not least because a couple of the band members have had to do compulsory military service, which is a fancy way of saying that they were conscripted into the South Korean army for a year. But now they're out, and yesterday they were hinting that fans could maybe expect the boys to get back together and start churning out some more hits. Speaking of music, Kendrick Lamar cleaned up at the BET Awards, or Black Entertainment Television Awards, yesterday, winning 5 awards from the 10 awards he was nominated for, including Best Album and Best Video for his song They Don't Like Us. Respect.
Animal Kingdom.
Now, here's a story that raises more questions than it provides answers. And we're off to Tennessee in the United States, where a pet zebra has been captured after running away from its owner and being on the loose for over a week. I mean, who has a pet zebra? How is that even a thing? Where do you even buy a zebra? And then once you have it, what do you feed it? And where does it sleep? So many questions. But I digress. Ed the zebra spent much of last week running away from the police in Tennessee, hiding in paddocks running through local forests, before finally being cornered in a field and, get this, being airlifted by helicopter back to his owner. Again, more questions. Why wouldn't you just put him in the back of a truck? Anywho, Ed is now back with his owner, safe and sound, and the good people of Tennessee are able to get back to whatever it was they were doing before without having to worry that they've accidentally been dropped into the middle of the African savannah or onto the set of Madagascar 5. Apparently, under Tennessee law, people are allowed to own zebras and giraffes, but owning a lion, a jaguar or a tiger is illegal. So, they're not completely bonkers. I've stuck a link to video of the zebra airlift in today's episode notes because some things just need to be seen to be believed.
News hounds.
Every Thursday, Squizzy the Newshound sticks his snout into Squiz Kids HQ to report back on fishy things he's sniffed out on the internet. And today, his snout is twitching, having stumbled across a report that shows people in Australia are falling for tricky bits of misinformation about electric vehicles. You know how lots of cars these days are powered by batteries, and those batteries are powered by electricity? Maybe your family has an EV or electric vehicle. According to a university study, lots of Aussies have been tricked into believing the batteries will run out in the middle of a journey, or that batteries in EVs can never be replaced, when in fact neither of these things is true. The university researchers found that especially when it comes to renewable energy innovations like electric vehicles, there was lots of misinformation out there, and people were falling for it. Luckily though, as good newshounds, we know to always do as Squizzy tells us, and that is to stop, think, and check before believing everything we see, read, or hear online. And that's especially true for the 4,500 classrooms around Australia who have already signed up to do newshounds. And if you're not yet in Squizzy's tribe, then get busy already. Get your teacher to sign up to a free account at squizkids.com.au. You're welcome.
Q&A call out.
That, my friends, is the sound of Squiz Kids listeners who haven't yet gotten their questions in for our upcoming Squiz Kids Q&A with the Governor-General Sam Mostyn. You've only got until tomorrow to submit your question. And thank you enormously to all of the clever Squiz Kids and teachers out there who have already sent in questions. They're excellent. Did you know that before becoming Governor-General, Sam was an AFL Commissioner and was one of the people who helped set up the AFLW? Or did you know that she believes kindness and caring are two of the most important things we can display as a country? Maybe you could ask her about one of those things, or you could ask her about why she's such a big fan of Squizzy the Newshound, and whether it's because she thinks he can help you learn about how our government works and help us to protect Australia's democracy. So, don't just sit there. Email your questions into squizkids@thesquiz.com.au. The clock, my friends, is ticking.
Time for the quiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening. Question number 1. Which country or team did the Socceroos beat to qualify for the World Cup? Yeah, that's right, they beat Saudi Arabia. Question number 2. Name the South Korean boy band making headlines today. Yeah, that's right, it's BTS. Question number 3. Name the 3 animals that it's illegal to have as pets in Tennessee. And clearly zebras are not one of them. Well done if you said lions, jaguars, and tigers.
Shout-outs.
It's Thursday, June 12. Today is the birthday of an author called Anne Frank, who famously wrote a diary that every kid should read. It's also a special day for these Squiz Kids celebrating a birthday today. Banjo from Samford, Rio from Curry Curry, Oliver from Wanturna, Inara from Oakley, Monique from Jerilderie, Miles from The Gap, Daniel from Templestowe, Hugo from Albany Creek, Phoebe from Rowville, and Lexi, who's listening all the way over there in Hong Kong. And belated birthday shout-outs go to Archer from Cayuga, Max from Parkinson, Sidak from South Ripley, and Tora from Geelong. And classroom shout-outs today go to Class 2 Green with Mr. Winkle at Our Lady of the Way Primary School in Emu Plains, Class 5L with Mrs. Bai at Thomas Hassel Anglican College in Middleton Grange, Class 3G with Mr. Green at Sydney Grammar, and Class 3S with Mrs. Stassen at MacArthur Anglican School in Cobbitty. Don't forget, if you've got a birthday coming up and you want a shout-out, or if you're after a classroom shout-out, drop us a line at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au or fill out the form on our website. Well, that's all we have time for. Thanks for listening to Squiz Kids today. We'll be back again tomorrow with the Kids vs. Adults Weekly News Quiz. Your chance to prove who's been paying the most attention to the week that just was. In the meantime, get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out.